We had a really, really good win at Wyoming. Tough place to play. We've had an extremely difficult time winning there the past couple of years, and we went in and found a way to win. And that's the nature of what we do. You have to have some grit, you have to play well, and you usually have to get a little bit lucky. And I think maybe we had a little bit of all of the above, and we came away with a win. Many in the league probably happy for that. We now have 4 of us with 1 loss. 3 teams have 1 more victory than we do. So the league is as tight as I think a lot of coaches thought it might be. And we'll have another one tomorrow against Vegas, a team that we've had great games with, very close most of the time, wild finishes quite often, and it will be highly competitive as we play a very, very good basketball team that, with a little bit of good fortune, could be 4-0 in the league. Look at their games, look at with a minute, 2 minutes to go. You have to have some good fortune. So we know we're playing a good team, and it should be another terrific game. So I think the crowd should be great, an atmosphere that's indicative of what you would hope major college basketball is all about. Both teams will be excited to play. So, anything for me?
Steve, do you expect the Rebels to come in here as like an angry or desperate team trying to avoid a 1-4 conference record?
I think they'll come in and play us like they always have. We've had great games with Vegas, you know that. These are 2 teams that have great respect for one another, but when we get out to play, we desperately want to win, as do they. And when you lose close games, there is an added sense of we're going to come out and we're going to find ways to make plays. And if you call that desperation, sometimes we talk about controlled desperation, which is a good thing to have for all of us. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of that.
Have you ever in the past, when you come back from Wyoming, have your teams ever experienced problems with coming back from altitude, or is that not a factor?
Not that I know of, and I haven't looked to see how we performed on the game after we played up at their place. So I would hope that wouldn't be an issue. I don't think it is.
When you look at UNLV, why do you think they're a 1-3 team? They obviously are very talented, probably the most athletic team in the league, maybe the most purely talented team in the league, and yet they're down the bottom with San Jose State right now.
Experience, nobody likes to talk about it when they have it, and when you don't have it, you miss it. And Dueling has been a great addition for them as a transfer senior. But if you look at their roster, they play 8 guys significant minutes. 5 of them are true freshmen. That is extremely difficult, no matter who you are and where you are. I think most of us have ripples. Sometimes with youth you have peaks and valleys. You hope you have ripples. All of us occasionally will have a peak and valley. And youth, there's more of a tendency to have that when you're young, and they're young. They're talented. They would not shy away from saying they're talented, but they got a lot of youthfulness out there also.
When you talk about experience, what's Winston Shepard done for this team in terms of a guy who's matured into a leadership type of role?
He's gone from a precocious freshman to a guy now that you can rely on being pretty steady in what he does. Doesn't worry about what's written about him in the paper. He plays within himself, knows what he can do, trusts himself and one another and the coaches, and he's done what you hope everyone will do. He's made steady growth and progress in every facet of his life, from the basketball floor to campus life to academics to everything, like you're supposed to. So I'm very proud of what he's done.
You have a bunch of freshmen as well, but has it been a little bit easier for you because you've had the luxury of having fifth-year seniors like JJ, DP, Keel Quinn, fourth-year junior, and Angelo to help that maturation process of the freshman along?
It's very helpful when you've got a host of older guys that can not so much always have to tell you, but just by example, whether it be the weight room, whether it's how you handle yourself in public, to your timeliness for everything, attention to detail. If you've got an older group of guys, and as you said, we've got 3 fifth-year seniors to help show the way for the younger guys who come in, and all the young guys, if you do a good job recruiting, they're going to have a resume. They're going to come in with accolades, and they'll be highly talked about, and usually made out to be a little better than they are. And they watch. They watch to see what they say. Is that what they do? And the older guys in the program help set the tone for here's how we do things. And proud of how our older guys have handled themselves in every facet.
Coach, talking about UNLV and their conference record so far, I mean, a team that not very long ago beat Arizona and now is 1-3 in conference. Do you think that says anything about the Mountain West Conference and what that schedule is like?
Our league is very good. Our league is for sure undervalued. I know it hasn't been that long ago when people were saying we were the second highest rated conference in America. And now they're saying what happened, we're 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, I don't know what we are. But this is an undervalued league, and part of what happens in our league is people are hesitant, some might say afraid, to go into Laramie, Wyoming and play a non-conference game. It doesn't happen very often. Now they do have a series with Colorado, and which is probably long-standing, but you'll be hard-pressed to find UCLA or some of these other schools going in to play in Laramie, or Colorado State for that matter. And I think ourselves in Vegas have venues where we're now able to get people to come in, but others haven't been able to for a lot of reasons. One is what we experience when we go up to Laramie, the altitude, the difficulty in getting there, and all those things. So our league is good. Our league is good. But I think that's every league in America. You look around and you'll probably have some teams that started 0-4 or 1-3, and when the dust settles after 18 games, they'll be nipping at the heels or fighting for a conference championship. And it happens. And Vegas is very capable of doing that.
Yeah. You gave an update on Poli on Monday. Anything changed since then at all with where he is?
No, Dwayne had a stress test under doctor's watch not too long ago, and I think they felt good about what they saw in the monitoring. But he's still under doctor's care and going to see another doctor before I think they put all the facts together and bring it to all the appropriate people.
Yeah, you've had some time now to adjust to life without him on the court. Where do you see where you are missing him on the court?
Dwayne provides energy just by his presence. He's an elite level athlete who does things that make highlight reels. He can run with the best of them, and he'll make a couple of spectacular plays to get himself and his teammates going. And he's a big shot guy. He's made game-winning shots for us in a number of games. Our shots to get us in a position to win a game, and we miss that. We miss a guy that you can say, okay, we're going to run this look, and he can get his own shot, whether we create the look we want or not. He can get a shot for himself anytime, any place, anywhere. And he's a veteran. He's fifth year. So, and we miss his presence. He's as nice a person as you could ever hope to have in your program. And he's good. He's a good locker room guy. and we miss all that Dwayne brings.
Really technical question from the Wyoming game. Were you distracted at all by Bob Knight's sweater?
Was I what?
Distracted at all by Bob Knight's sweater over there calling the game?
I liked it so much I ordered one myself that I'm not sure when I'll wear it, but I will break one out. I don't know if it'll be exactly like it, but one that is close.
Coach, I had one more quick one on UNLV. Wyoming was a team that ran sets and they're a very structured team. UNLV seems like a team that sometimes will run plays, sometimes it's just isolate and every man for himself. In some ways, is that harder to prepare for because you don't know what's going to happen and you don't know, you might have a defender just isolated out on a wing and you don't know really what's coming because maybe they don't know themselves?
Well, I don't know if that's quite fair to them. I do know they're hard to guard. They're hard to guard. They made 11 threes in their Boise game. They have guys like I talked about with Poli. They can create shots. You're going to have to guard somebody. They make you guard. They're long and athletic, and a little bit like us having Skyler in our lineup at the other end. They change shots when you come into that rim. They make it hard for you to get a layup when you think you've got a layup, and that's hard to play against. And length is tough, and they use it. They use it nicely. They run a lot of. They do run a lot of quick hitting set plays that you're going to have to be prepared for. But they're all capable of taking you off the bounce and making you have to help, and then they find those open 3-point shooters and they're they made, as I said, 11 in that game. I believe they got 34 in 4 games in league play, and they've been very good in league play. They're volume shooters at the free throw line. So this is a team can score points, and I mean, we watched the game when they beat Arizona. We know how good Arizona is, and I think we've had as difficult a non-conference schedule as we've had in my 16 years at San Diego State. And probably, if you look at game by game, Vegas has had a harder schedule. They've had some brutal games, non-league. It's hard, you can play well and still not win.